Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapprint Chronicles. Today we're coming back at you with another tool video. This time something out of Harbor Freight in their Doyle line. This is a diagonal cutter. But as always, before we jump into this, if you find this type of content or videos helpful in any way or entertaining maybe, could you give me a like and also subscribe? It only takes you like a second to do and it's free, so why not? Alright, so today we have this Doyle. It says high leverage diagonal cutting pliers. Is an 8-inch plier, and the stock number on this is 64570, and has a little bit of advertising here. It says ultimate cutting performance, high leverage design, precision engineered for professionals. And over here it says beveled cutting edges permit close cutting of wire, cuts wire, cable, and fasteners. And it has a 100% lifetime guarantee, and it has an alarm anti-theft protection. I guess there must be something in the package here in case some people want to steal it. It says beveled cutting edges permit close cutting of wire, cuts, ACSR, screws, nails, and most hardened wire. Laser hardened cutting edges for superior cutting performance. High strength steel construction for optimum durability. Rust protection reduces corrosion and increases tool life. Riveted joint for smooth action with little wobble. Plastic dipped handles provide comfort during extended use. And the important question, of course, is where is it made? And this happens to be made in Taiwan. There you go. And another warning that this is protected by an anti-theft device. Okay, so let's take it out of the package and see what we got. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, here are the pliers. As you can see, they are dipped in some plastic coating, and these seem to be a little bit like on the modern side, because when I remember diagonal cutters, the older ones, they were always thick. This seems like it's has this thin double, the double sides when they connect, they both sides are kind of pretty thin there. From my recollection, usually the pliers used to be like pretty thick, like a regular set of pliers, but I guess this is like the more modern take on diagonal cutters. And it says here, wear eye protection. Warning, not insulated, will not protect against electrical shock, so you wouldn't want to use this to work on anything with high voltage, because these plastic handles will not protect you, and it wouldn't be a good idea. Remember, safety first always. And here, this is like laser etched. It says genuine Doyle quality. Okay, I picked these up at Harbor Freight. They cost, if you go there now, they're like $16.99. So this, I think, is the most expensive set of diagonal cutters. I did a review a while back on these Quins, and these are 7-inch. This is 8-inch. And this is 7-inch, and same kind of design, the thin sides here. This is a pretty good diagonal cutter. This is less than double. less than double the price of that, if that makes sense. This is $6.99. So this is $7 and this is $17. But this one does work pretty good. So I want to see what you get for $10 extra. If you get any benefit for spending more money. Just want to give you a quick look at the jaws. This is the jaws there. They say they're well tempered, heat treated, whatever, to withstand I guess abuse. That's what they look like. And I set up a little test here of stuff, you know, nothing scientific, of course, but just like little stuff that I figured I'd see what if this pair of cutters will, you know, would just go through with no problem. Here's a bit of like wire with a solid copper core, some bendable wire. See if it has any problem. These are new and they're gonna be, I guess you're gonna have to work it out because it's kind of stiff when they're first out of the box. So see what these do. Yeah, no problem. Cutting the wire. And we have a paper clip. I should have no problem with this. Yeah, no problem with the paper clip. And here's a bit of thick wire hanger. There's a piece of wire hanger. See what? Yeah, it's a little bit harder, and thicker, but no problem. See it? If any of the jaws have deformed. No. Still looks good. Okay, here's some lighter gauge wire. Yeah, nothing. Good. What else did I have? Oh, and these are usually pretty hard. These paper clips, whatever. It's paper holders. But the little metal handles are usually kind of hard. So let's see what we do with these. Yeah, that was not too bad. Let's try it again. Yeah, still looks pretty good. I don't see any deformation. And here's something a bit thicker. Is a nail. It's a steel nail. See what we could do with this. Maybe I should go a little bit towards the bottom there. See if I get a little bit better leverage. Yeah, this is harder. Okay. Let's try it again. Towards the bottom there. Yep. Let's look at any damage there. No, still looks good. No damage. And here's a pretty, I'm not sure what number this screw is, but here's a pretty thick screw. Let's see what we can do with this. Towards the bottom. This one's gonna. Okay. Yep, it cut through it, but where'd the piece go? It cut through it, and I still don't see any deformation. on the cutting edge there, so not too bad. That was pretty thick. And what else? Oh, here's some just some 5/16 vinyl tubing. So it cuts it pretty easy, and you can see pretty decently clean cut on the vinyl tubing, so not too bad of a cut there, pretty clean. And the last thing, I have some guitar wire, some guitar string here. See if it'll cut here. Where'd it go? Here is a real thin. If you know anything about guitar wire, you know that some of them are wrapped with a wire. You can see here, you see how that they have like little ridges. Here you can see little ridges where a wire is wrapped around a core wire. Here's a thinner one with a much thinner core and a much thinner wrap wire. Let's see if it can cut through this like hair thin wire with no problem. Okay, yeah, it cut it. Let's try that again. Yeah, it cut right through it. So that's like a really thin, hair thin wire. And this is like the thicker guitar wire. See, yeah, it cuts through it pretty easy. And what else? You see some pretty thin, just a regular thin wire. Here's one, just a regular. I gotta be careful picking these up because they'll wind up in your foot when you're walking around. There, he saw a fly. I better find that before it winds up in my foot. Yep, it cuts it pretty easily. These little thin wires, so pretty good. Let's. This video is a bit longer than I thought it was gonna be. Let's see if the light shines. If we see light shining through. We do see light shining through there, but we don't see any of the edge got deformed. Everything looks pretty straight. But yeah, it was able to cut through some really hair thin wire and some pretty thick nails and screws. So this seems to be a pretty decent diagonal cutter. Is it like a professional diagonal cutter? Probably not. Is it a decent one? Yeah, this is a decent one. Like I said, this is like the most. I was looking through the diagonal cutters online for Harbor Freight, and this one, I was surprised to find this one was the most expensive one at $17. I thought maybe they had an Icon or something that was probably like a lot more, but yeah, this is like, I guess, the premier one for Harbor Freight right now. So yeah, not too bad. not too bad, but pretty good. It's got good leverage. It's long, is 8 inches, but this one, this Quinn for $7 was also a pretty good diagonal cutter. So I don't know. You guys be the judge. All right, guys. Till next time.